Hey there YouTube, it's Cadiot and welcome back to my survival Minecraft Let's Play series. So in this episode, we are going to be actually starting out the massive city that's going to go on this island. The Steampunk city, it will happen. I will build at least one of the houses today, and if not, you should make fun of me in the comments. Starting off though, going over what happened last episode, I built this bamboo farm and then a super smelter that it feeds down here, if I can actually get in the hole. I have trouble getting in holes. I built this super smelter thing, and beyond the fact that it's just slow at producing actual fuel resource, I think that might have to get replaced here with another resource providing fuel to it. That also might get done this episode. But other than that, let's get right into building, honestly. I think that's going to be the first thing I want to get done. I want to get at least one of the buildings up so I can start working my way up height-wise, see how much I'm actually working with, how many layers I need. Because I have some concept art, and I want to see how that'll look when I adjust it towards the actual amount of tiers that I can physically get in. So, let's get right into that. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to put the first house in this area right here. It's going to be like the waterfront property of waterfront properties for the city. Now that I think about it, that just sounds kind of stupid, but it'll make sense eventually. It's going to be like one of the dock front inns, in-house, whatever. And then the center is going to be all the way over here, so I've probably got room for 3, maybe 4 tiers of just houses before I get to the center, which probably equivalates to maybe 20 or 30 blocks of rise between water and massive clock tower in the middle of the island. That's a lot of space. That is a lot. Which means I have more space for farms vertically. Anyway, I think I'm going to start on this house then, so I can at least get the vibe down of the city before I move on and try and frame out too many more. These transition cards are making me look like knockoff Mumbo Jumbo. Well, it's a start. It definitely needs a bit more. I don't have any of the steampunky stuff on yet because I need to figure out what I want to do, and it's kind of hard to do all the pipes and stuff going between buildings when you only have one building for pipes to go between, which, slight oversight. You kind of need 2 buildings to make this work. Other than that, though, it is, for the most part, complete. It definitely has 4 sides. I mean, it's got 1 side, or it's got 2 sides, it's got 3 sides, 4 sides. Just saying, it has 5 sides. You see 5 walls, plenty walls, right? Yeah, it definitely has a functional back. It has a wall on the back. Not like an actual wall, but a wall, which is more than some can say for the back of their houses. I promise I'll get it done eventually. I don't know why I'm laughing at myself. I shouldn't be laughing at myself. This is a serious matter. Okay, well, anyway, the thing I was waiting on, and the reason I haven't put any pipes on it, is A, I don't have a second building to kind of put pipes between, and then B, I don't have any honeycomb. which means I can't wax any of the copper, which means the copper will stay unwaxed and become not the right color for what I'm wanting very quickly, which is not what I want. So I think what we're going to do now, before we move on to the next step, is we are going to build a wax farm. And we're going to build it like probably right around here. And that is going to be the home of the honey farm. And I'm going to put a nice box around it so I can run pipes between buildings. And it's going to be great. It's going to look beautiful. It's hopefully going to look beautiful. We'll see how much I get ripped apart in the comments for how it looks when I'm done with it. So let's talk the placement of this honey farm. I'm thinking I'm going to put it in a silo, which sounds like a weird idea. I feel like a honey silo just shouldn't be something that exists, but I think it'd be really good to have a nice, tall, circular-ish object right here down by what will probably end up being a sort of port down here on the waterfront. And to do that, we need to actually build a silo, and we might as well put something inside of it, otherwise it's just a wasted space. So I think we fill it with a honey farm, and then maybe we can do something cool where we run a pipe from this silo to this building and have it be like, this be a maybe not a honey shop, or yeah, actually no, a honey shop. Yeah, have it be a honey shop, and then from there these people sell honey related stuff. That it seems like a horrible working idea, but I think it works. I think we can turn this into something, and it should work. Okay, so as for the honey farm, we're gonna do something quite simple, really. We're not gonna do a big honey farm. We're gonna do an eight hive farm. And so how we're gonna do that is we're gonna essentially build two of them, or two fours on top of each other. And honey farms are fairly easy. It's basically have a hive here that I'll place in last, and then something to trim the hive, and beyond that it is the easiest farm I think anyone could ever build. However, I am known to screw things up, so we'll see how that goes in the long run here. I should really clear some inventory space so I'm not... No. I'm bad at the game. Okay. Cleared inventory aside. It's a fairly simple farm, as I was saying. It is one of the simplest you can build. I want those to flip the other way. Not because that wouldn't work, but because it bothers me. Just like that. And then we'll need our dispensers. Ooh, I should probably have placed these hoppers in last. Like that. And that is one layer. So essentially what these observers here are doing is they're sensing that the hive has updated, it has achieved a new honey state, and then it click, and just like that the dispenser fires, trimming, honey comes out, honey goes into chest. Simple, easy as pie, however you want to say it. And just like that, minus the hives and the shears, we now have 2 full units. So now I just need to put the hives in, which I need to encase it first, and then I need to, beyond the hives, actually put shears in the dispensers, because if I don't, then stuff will not get sheared and it will not work, and that is not how we want things to go. That was a run-on sentence. You're learning things here. You may have learned something, but what you're about to see is evidence that I need to learn how to build a silo. I mean, stepping back here, I'm trying to determine if this is just too short or too flat or both. It kind of feels short, almost chode-like, but short and fat. Yeah, it's absolutely short and fat, but I don't know how much taller I can make it in the grand scheme of things whenever everything else is included in the background. So I guess I can leave it at this height for now and make it taller if I need. I definitely think I need to make it less flat though. And for that, oh, I just got freaked out by the farm inside. That is not nice. For that, I've got warp stem. My thought is that if I can do a bunch of warped stem piping, definitely needs a little more work, but I see where this is going. This is 20 times farther than it was 5 minutes ago, so we're gonna keep working on it. We're gonna make it less flat. It's not gonna look like a plank. I'd say adding some piping is helping. I think it definitely needs more. Let me come up with some more random BS to throw on the side. Someone make a crop of that random BS Go meme, but with my face. That's what I'm doing right now. You know what? Pale trapdoors? Pretty nice. You know what? I think they make this better. But I definitely think, now I'm looking at this is missing moss. There's not moss everywhere. I need moss. I need moss. Moss. I'm gonna moss this thing up. That moss definitely helps tie it in. It definitely improves everything going on here. And so now I think we just need to get on to another building. For the 25% of you still watching, here's a time lapse. I know you all love hearing me speak, so I'm gonna actually voice over this one. So what I'm doing here is I am building a little brick tower that is going to have a bunch of cooling tower smokestack type things on it. And this is for a later episode where I decide to actually go and probably build a factory. That's what I want to do on the other side of this railroad I've got going here. And the whole idea is that this would be kind of something they pipe across, and then all the smoke and smog that is generated on the other side comes out of these towers. Inside of it, I'm going to actually build a farm because I don't like wasting space, and I don't have anything else that can go in there. So what you're seeing here, though, is me building the stacks. These were annoying to build. I wanted to initially do a gradient, but I couldn't get the gradient to really work on such a small scale, so I went with more of a design that used both spackling the chimney and then mixing it all in. So here you see me building the sheep farm. For whatever reason in this time lapse, I just kind of run around a bit because the sheep don't want to show them going into the tubes. I don't know why. They just didn't show up. But yeah, here's the sheep farm I put inside, and this is generating me wool, because I'm going to probably need wool at some point if I want to do like windmills and things. One of these days, I'm going to learn my lesson about doing too much without recording, these little intermission clips between me actually doing stuff, because I don't think I ever explained before I built this what this here is. If you may have guessed, this is supposed to be a rail, like a train rail embedded into the ground. I don't know if it comes across that way, and I hope it comes across that way. It could use some work, but a lot of the work that it could use, I can't really do because Mojang refused to give us A, vertical slabs, and B, refused to allow us to have mixed slabs. If that was a thing, then I could have a consistent inner rail the entire way through, and it'd look great. It'd be perfect. But instead, my curve is... it's a curve. It's not perfect, but it works, I guess. I mean, make fun of it if you hate it, and if not, compliment it, because both are engagement, and engagement gets my video out there. Why am I going down this rabbit hole? Do what you want to do, people. That being said, let's focus on what's actually happened. So, I've started planning. I built dock rails, and I built this little arch here to send bridge across the river at some point, which I'll connect over there to where the village is. And then inside here, as you probably saw, I've built just a basic little sheep farm. It's dumping me some white wool that I'm going to use at some point for some other nefarious things. I want to have a bunch of like windmills, and I don't know if that actually fits to the steampunk aesthetic, but I feel like a bunch of just giant windmills harvesting air kind of fits somehow. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be absolutely not something I want, but I think it'd be cool. Now focusing on the actual build that's happened here, I'm going to at some point run some piping from these smoke towers. That doesn't sound right. I'm going to call these cooling towers. They're going to be putting off steam, and I'm going to have pipes running across to an actual factory facility somewhere over here. And then we can figure out from there what is going on inside. I'm moving my mouse around way too much. I'm sorry if you're motion sick. I can't help it. I'm me. Look at me. I can't help it. It is something I do. Okay, now let's get on to actually doing some finishing touches for this build today. Oh, these guys. 1 second. This needs to be dealt with. This is also my random crap chest. It's everything from this that I haven't thrown into my stones, my woods, my other types of stone and wood, I guess. It's just everything flows in here. You know, I built a nice chest room, and this is what I do. I just throw all my crap around. Just proof. Chest rooms don't work. This is turning into a rant. I'm going to actually do something now. I'm going to actually... I'm saying this. Look at me. I'm going to actually do something. Oh, that is a interestingly placed arrow. That really hurts. I'm gonna build some dock stuff. Okay, so what vibe am I kind of going for in this dock? I don't know. We're just throwing crap at the wall here. Let's just, like, you know what? Lanterns on posts. Why not? Why not? I'm certain it'll look fine. It totally will look fine. Just something to get rid of the torch spam. I definitely need something. I would say. I mean, looking at this now. Now that I think about it, with me doing a whole 5-1, 5-3, 5-1, 5-3 thing here, with having these kind of intermittent posts for tying your boat to type of thing. Look, yes, I know you can't tie your boats to walls. I know. Look at me. I know. You can't. Just imagine if you could. Got it? Got it. Anyway, that being said, and I'm getting down here and I'm thinking, I didn't plan this. I should either extend this, which it might be what I do. I might just extend this another 3 blocks so I can have these posts on the end. Or I might just leave it as it is and someone can suck it up. Someone with OCD can suck. I have OCD, undiagnosed OCD. I have self-diagnosed myself with OCD. It'll bug me so much, but if I just ignore it, then it's not a problem, right? That's how that works. Someone tell me that's how that works. I'm not insane. I'm not proving my case here. You know what, let's get some boxes down. You know, the best part about leaving barrels just lying around is that I could almost kind of get away with this as a pseudo chest monster if I just started shoving stuff in them. And then I'd never have to use my storage room again. Which would make it redundant, make it a bunch of wasted materials. But, like, I wouldn't have to go over there. This dock needs more types of cargo. I mean, the crafting table cargo is so 2012, but I think I can do better. Looms. Looms have always made good crates. I need to get looms. Do I have any string out here? No. Don't have any string. Cobwebs don't count. Cobwebs, I need those for something else. No. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get some more string. You know what? Now that I think about it, maybe I have some string in my chests. I would be probably here. Yeah, that... is that gonna be enough? Wait a minute. What? What? That's not concerning at all. It'll probably be fine. It'll buff. It'll buff. Let me get more string. Probably more than 26. Loom over me while I make these placements real quick. I'm sorry, that was a horrible pun. I'll refrain from doing it again. And it'll be fine. And I'll have boxes on the port. I'm almost wondering if I have too many tall stacks of boxes. Maybe I just need less of them. Because I feel like that's just a little too many, honestly. Almost like, just maybe 2 right next to each other. And, come on. Place a trapdoor. I feel like that does kind of what I need it to. Oak trapdoors definitely wouldn't look better because oak doesn't match the color. Maybe birch? I cleaned up my chest monster. Now the dock looks nice and pretty. I mean, imagine not having a bunch of random chests lying around you don't need. Aren't you proud of me? I cleaned up my mess. You know how rare that is for a Minecraft builder to clean up their mess after they're done with it? Okay, one second. I've somehow managed to get the camera in a crack. This is... Oh, no. This is actually interesting. Okay, stop getting distracted. I cleaned up my mess. I cleaned up the torch spam. I deleted some islands. And you know what? I've got a dock. I've got the start of the dock for the big steampunk city thing that is going to somehow appear here over the next I don't know how many episodes. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I'm sure you all want to see it in shaders, probably because that's what the thumbnail is. Let's do that. As you can see, nothing much changes in shaders. I mean, it still looks the same. It's still a port. The blocks don't change. Nothing's new. The only thing is that you maybe slightly notice the fact that there is still no interior to this building, and that's because, look here, I'm not doing it. It's not happening. I put a backside on that thing this episode. Give me a break. I'll do the interior another day. I'm tired. That being said, I don't know. I like it. I think it works. I hope you think it works. And if you don't think it works, ridicule me about it until I make it work. You know what? Let's look in free cam. Free cam on. Just from another angle. I mean, I think I got across the build I was trying to get across. It's a industrial looking port thing start. I would like to build a train. I do want to build a train. That is something on my bucket list. Probably soon. Maybe soon. I do want to talk about soon before I wrap up this episode as to what is going to happen with this series going forward and how I'm going to make some scheduling changes. But I think it works. I like it. Okay, that being said, Serious talk now. Serious talk in the rain. This is now depressing. I'm finding myself having less and less time lately to record. And so to try and keep a weekly upload schedule, I'm going to change some things. Starting probably next episode, I'm going to have sort of mini episodes every other week. And this hopefully will let me keep a weekly schedule versus going to bi-monthly. So you'll probably see more building intensive episodes every other week, which gives me more time to build. Cool. Now that is out of the way, I can wrap. I can finally wrap up. Helmet off. You don't need that. Hat off here. I've been Cadiot. This was episode 7 of my Minecraft Survival Let's Play series. I want to thank you all for watching. If you could kindly do all the YouTube things to boost the algorithm, that's like the comment and like thing, I don't know. That'd be great. If more people can see this, then more people see it. If not, then I guess they don't. I've come to terms with that. That I don't know why I'm rambling about this. I ramble a lot. If this is your first episode watching me, I ramble a lot. Anyway, I'm Cadiot, and I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.